Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
If you'd like. We have Chief Art Acevedo, the Austin Police Chief here. And he does have backup with him. They do have syringes. They want to draw blood from the entire office.
Actually, for you, we want a urine sample.
You do? You want a urine sample?
Yes, we do. In a cup, though. Don't get any ideas.
All right. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, there is the police chief, live on PrisonPlanet.tv. You just styled your hair.
I have a bad haircut today.
No. But last time you were in during a break, I was combing my hair, and you made fun of me.
Well, we're good-looking guys. You know, we want to make sure that we're looking good for your audience.
Hey, did you like meeting Joe Rogan?
He's a good man. Yeah. Actually, it was nice talking to him about John McCarthy. John McCarthy used to be the ref there for the UFC. He's a good friend of mine I've known for many years, and catching up on what's going on with him, too.
So you're a UFC fan?
Yeah. It's a great, it's warriors, man. We come from a warrior culture, and it's good to see guys fight. And actually, I don't think it's as vicious as people think. Try to make it out to be. There are some rules.
Well, less folks die in this than in boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's safer.
But historically, it's a sign of a society in decline when gladiatorial events become popular.
Well, I think that they've been popular with humanity throughout our history. So I don't know if it's a sign, but if it's a bad sign, we're in trouble because we've been doing it forever.
There was a famous case in Miami where the cop union brought in two big fighters to fight each other, and Did you ever hear about that case?
No.
Yeah.
Alex, I don't have the network of information that you have. You seem to be more in tune with what's going on in the world than some other folks.
I don't know about that. Hey, everybody wants to hear this legendary imitation you do around town. You did out in the hall. Give us an Alex Jones imitation, Chief.
And Alex, I remember when I asked you, hey, if you actually believed half the stuff you say, and you go, I can prove it all, Chief. I can prove it all. And, tell me more. You're getting in my mind. You're co-opting me, Chief. That's just hilarious. I love you, though, man. You're a great person that questions things, and
well, you're nice to say that.
And that's not a bad thing. We need to. There's a reason we have a First Amendment of the Constitution and a free press, and I'm absolutely an advocate for free press, and that's why I'm here. I don't have nothing to hide,
except that needle you got for sucking blood.
Hey, it's about safety, and I know that some folks, there's a guy that came on your show, he's the vampire cop, and...
You know about everything. Are you listening to the show, monitoring?
I listen to your show. I've watched some of your DVDs.
Oh, my God, their FEMA camp's ready.
Yeah, your FEMA camp's ready. We've got a nice bed for you, satin sheets, just for you. Or did you want a water bed?
Again, Austin Police Chief, you are more popular than some of the last police chiefs. I think that's because you are reaching out to the community.
Well, I think that we're transparent. One of the organizational philosophy that I have is that you have to be transparent. Americans question government. They don't trust their government. And I think that's a good thing. And transparency breeds trust, and trust breeds cooperation. I think that the more that people trust us and know what we're doing, the better off we're all going to be as Americans.
Hey, during the break, you were telling me a story, but we got cut off by having to go on air. You said you love seeing that Geraldo Rivera confrontation.
It was very entertaining because I know you, and Geraldo was doing his thing, and here comes Alex Jones, and I remember going into the office and going, "Hey, Alex is at it over there at the RNC," and it was fun to watch.
And then I got arrested, even though we had a permit.
You did get arrested?
Yes, for a non-authorized sound device. And but then the police had to let me go because people surrounded the police station, were protesting.
Yeah.
And it's all on video. I'll give you a copy of it. And to make a long story short, they then pointed out that the ticket was a $200 fine, and I shouldn't have been arrested. And so they let me go.
So it should have been just a cite and release situation where they cite you.
Yes, I did nothing. They said, come over here. You're not supposed to use that. You have a permit for that. And I said, no. And they said, put him in cuffs. Yeah. I guess they wanted to incite the crowd of 300 screaming people. And then they drugged me off. But let me tell you, Austin police are a little nicer on average than the New York police. Have you ever been in civilian clothes and had them in New York and had them call you scum and stuff?
No. I try not to antagonize police officers when I'm off duty.
But I don't mean antagonize.
Well, you start blowing into their ear with a bullhorn from 5 feet away. That might be a little.
That isn't what happened.
I don't know if it is.
Frame up.
But you see, here we go.
Frame up.
That's not. I didn't say that's what happened. I'm just giving an example.
You just implanted that idea.
Antagonistic.
Let's talk about what you're doing in Austin. But I wanted to bring this up because last time I didn't have the articles in front of me. This woman for yelling on the plane. Yeah. She was charged under the Patriot Act as a terrorist. Okay. And then was held without bail and wasn't allowed to have a lawyer under the Terrorism Act, Section 802. Yeah. Right there. I mean, is that a good use of the Patriot Act? They promised it wasn't going to be used except for Al-Qaeda.
You know what? I haven't seen this charge, but I will tell you that I think that the federal government takes disrupting flights and being disruptive in airlines much more seriously than they used to.
But do they charge you under terrorism provisions that then take a lot of your rights away in court? Not that I'm aware of. But no, that's right here.
But I don't have my reading glasses.
Here, let me just read it to you.
Okay.
It says the incident aboard the Frontier flight ultimately led to Freeman's arrest and conviction for a federal felony defined as an act of terrorism under the Patriot Act, and she was tried under the Patriot Act. And it says here that she yelled at the flight attendant.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the legislative intent was from the Patriot Act, but it doesn't ring like probably that's what we had in mind.
Well, I mean, you've spoken out against Fidel Castro, who's about to kick it, and you escaped that. I mean, does that not sound like Cuba?
Well, I don't know about, like I said, what was the penalty? Does it say on there?
Yeah, it's 10 years in prison. I mean, it goes on. It says for people only raising their voice, not even cussing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that case. I think you'd have to take a look at remember, but sometimes when you read news reports, they may not have all the information in it.
Listen, before anybody talked about this, I read Section 802 of H.R. 3162, passed October 27, 2001. And it said, Section 802, any action that endangers human life that's a violation of any federal or state law is hereby an act of terrorism. And it changed the old definition in the U.S. Code. And then it says you don't get due process, you don't get lawyers, we can spy on your lawyers, we can strip you of your citizenship, take you to Guantanamo Bay, and then use strong interrogation methods, which is a renamed torture, and then try you secretly before a tribunal. If the president or his designate doesn't like the tribunal's response, then you would still be executed in secret. That's also nexuses in with the John Ward Defense Authorization Act and the Military Commissions Act. But right here it says, Freeman is one of at least 200 people on flights who have been convicted under the amended law. In most of these cases, there was no evidence that the passengers attempted to hijack the airplane or physically attack any of the flight crew. Many have simply involved raising voices, foul language, and drunken behavior.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the case, so I can't really comment on it. But I will say that there's a new administration in D.C. and I'm sure that they're looking at presidential directives of the past and different laws, and they may go in a different direction.
I mean, this sounds like what the founders got mad at in 1776.
Well, based on what you're saying, potentially, yeah.
Were the founders evil?
You know, were the founders? I didn't know them, so I can't.
No, but I mean, FEMA. I have FBI on video and FEMA teaching police in the classified training that a police officer got us in Kansas City. The founding fathers were bad.
You know what? I've been a cop for 22 years, and I can't say I've ever heard that. So, and I would have a problem with somebody teaching my cops that the founding fathers of this country that I think framed an outstanding constitution, the spirit, and which I think is a living document, that is a constitution, is something that I think I've taken an oath to die for if I had to.
All right, now I appreciate you presenting yourself for interrogation. I'd like you to be able to talk about
here we go.
Some of the...
Remember, you do have to drive out of here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, you are. Little double meaning.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, threw you off. They go, huh? We are neighbors, too. Don't forget.
He got a little aggressive last time after the show.
Why did I get aggressive?
You grabbed me by the arm and squeezed it, and you said you really believe this stuff, and I said yes. You said that's it.
No, that's not what you said. You said I can prove it all, Chief. I can prove it all. And then you started accusing me of trying to co-opt you. You're co-opting. This guy's good. This guy's good. You'll see him again.
We are. We're going to see you as the head of the global FEMA command.
I don't think so.
You'll wear a huge black leather uniform?
No, never.
With like huge steel high heels?
Look at these uniforms. They're friendly. They're professional. I really think that we in Austin, I can only speak for Austin. I can't speak for any other entity, but we're about as transparent as we've been. And I think it's paying dividends. I think the community sees us in a different light, and that's not a bad thing for
what I like is the black and whites, because when I'm speeding, I can see them further away.
You see, and then some people don't like them.
Well, I like it because I can see it further away. The old white ones were hard for me to see when I'm...
Well, especially when everything's white.
Yeah.
All the cars are white here. The reason that we want to go to
visibility.
We visit high visibility. Look, my job is try to deter crime. I mean, once crime's occurred, we've already failed. So by having a highly visible police car, we hope that it has a deterrent effect on people committing crime, especially now with the economic downturn, where I think that
crime's going up.
It's going up, and typically when people that normally would not turn to crime, that want to feed their family, may turn to it, and so we have to be highly visible as a deterrent.
Well, I mean, I've seen the statistics, and I'm glad you'll admit it's going up. A lot of police chiefs don't want to admit it's going up, but it is exploding.
It is, and we try not to. It is what it is. You try your best, and in tight economic times, we need to make sure that we as a police department that we're positioned to keep people safe, because that's our primary function. I think the primary function of government is to keep people safe.
Well, I'll say one good thing that did happen with the Austin police. My parents were out of town. Somebody kind of kicked in the back door, and the alarm went off. Within 2 minutes of the alarm going off, the police were there. They went in and checked the house, closed the door, waited for me to get there.
Excellent.
And I drove over, and they were very nice. So
outstanding. Well, we.